And would you look at that? Would you look at that? Another Nether Fortress. Hello fellow crafters, Clickwell here, what is going on? Welcome back. Thanks for clicking on this channel, guys. We've been hanging out in this nether hub doing some work. That's right, I've raised up these walls a little bit. Screw you, ghast, you can't fire on me anymore. And also we have our elevator here that's surrounded by warped wood and windows. I think it looks super cool. I love that elevator. Also we've got our piglin trading hall, which is kicking butt. We have got so much gear coming out of this, it's ridiculous. We're gonna be good for fire res and everything else for a very long time. Oh yeah, and we've got our nether mine shaft here, which I've totally forgot about. And you know what, we're going to be doing something with that very, very soon, because this armor I'm wearing is pretty wimpy and we need to upgrade to netherite, so look forward to that. But today it will be a short episode. I want to talk to you guys real quick about something that I've been asked about in my comments, asked about in the Twitch chat, and that is, how do you find a nether fortress using your F3 screen? That's right, guys. We're going to be using our F3 screen in order to find these nether fortresses, which basically means this is a Java Minecraft type tutorial. Bedrock users don't have access to that F3 screen, unfortunately, but you know what, guys? You should still be able to learn something about nether fortresses, so everybody enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and make a fly out into the random netherness and see if we can locate an area that doesn't have anything around, including our base and other nether fortresses that we found, and we can get started right there. So let's go. Okay, so here we are in our safe little corner of the warped forest we found. This is kind of in the middle of nowhere, to be honest. We just flew away from our base as far as we could there, and far away from that nether fortress that we've already been to. So we know that it's not loaded in our rendered chunks, and we can find a brand new one. This is basically like we just entered the nether for the first time. The first thing we need to do is open up our pie chart, which is holding down shift and tapping F3. That's going to open up your regular debug screen like you're used to, but it's also going to give you a pie chart, which is going to help us out by finding certain things like blocks and entities and stuff. So the first thing we want to select is tick. If I look on my screen, I can see that tick is number 3 on that list below the pie chart. So I'm going to tap number 3 on my keyboard. The next thing we want is level. I can see that's number 1 on the current list that's on my screen. So I'm going to tap number 1. The next thing we want is entities. So I can see that entities is the first one on my list. It's that giant purple circle. So I'm going to press number 1 to select entities. And finally, the last block we want is number 2 on my screen. That's block entities. I'm going to select number 2, and there is our completed F3 screen. That's what's going to help us find the nether fortress. And if you see there, you can see a giant green section, which is unspecified. We have a smaller purple section, which is telling us that we're finding a chest within the loaded chunks. And then more importantly, we see a bluer sliver, which is called mob spawner. And that's what's going to show us that there is either a fortress close by with a couple of blaze spawners, or maybe even less likely there will be a treasure bastion close by with a magma spawner. Next thing we want to do is basically use our chunks and manipulate our chunks to find out exactly how far away this fortress is. The way I'm going to do that is by going into my options screen, going into my video settings, and I'm going to turn my rendered distance on my chunks all the way down to 2. It should start up at 16 or 12 sometimes. Go all the way down to 2 on your rendered chunks, and we're going to click done, and then we're going to exit out of our F3 screen just like so, and then go right back into it. You'll see here that everything has disappeared on that screen. All of those chests and the mob spawners and stuff that we were seeing on there are now gone. And the way that we're going to find those back and find out how far away those are is we're going to hold down F3 and we're going to touch F. Every time we do that, we're going to expand our rendered chunks by 1. You can see in the bottom left there, bottom left on my screen, it says render distance 3. Now it says render distance 4, 5. I'm going to keep on tapping this button until I see something pop up on that pie chart in the bottom right. I should start to see some chests pop up, and then I should start to see those mob spawners again, and that's going to tell me how many chunks away. Okay, there's our chests at 14 chunks. We know there's a chest 14 chunks away. If I press it again, 15 chunks, 16 chunks, 17. Okay, the mob spawner popped up at 17 chunks, which basically means that I'm going to go back. I'm going to remember that number 17. I'm going to go back into my menu. I'm going to bring my video settings. I'm going to bring my rendered chunks all the way down back to 2. I'm going to go back into my game. I'm going to reset my pie chart to get it to look normal again, and then I'm going to raise my rendered chunks by holding down F3 and tapping F again until I get to 16. When I get to 16, that's going to tell me that I am 1 chunk away from showing me where that spawner is. So if I get rid of my or if I add my chunk borders again, there we go. I know that if I walk this way, or you know what, this way I guess is even closer. If I walk this way and I see a blue bar pop up on that screen down there, I know that I've lowered the rendered chunks enough on this side to bring that into my view, which means that if I walk through here and see, okay, I don't see a blue bar, which means that this is not the direction of the spawner or the fortress. If I go this way, I know that this is not the direction of the fortress. I'll go this way and see if this is maybe the direction. No, that's not either. So that means that this has to be the direction that we want to go to find that spawner. If I walk over this border, we should see a blue line pop up on that screen. There you go. Look at that. Bottom right, we see that in the pie chart. We see that blue line. That means that if we walk this way, we are now getting closer to a mob spawner, which is allowing that to pop up on that pie chart, which is letting us know that this way, within 16 chunks, is a mob spawner and is a Nether Fortress. Okay, so we know this thing is west. We know it's about 16 chunks. So all we got to do is just start working our way west and see if we can find it. I'm going to see if I can leave this in one big shot so you guys can see it when we hit it. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Another Nether Fortress. Beautiful. So I hope that helped everybody understand how this works. I'm going to be using this exact same method to locate a Nether Fortress, which is in a soul sand valley. It's time for us to make a wither skeleton farm, and you want to find one of these in a soul sand valley because that makes it so much easier to mob proof and to get the right kinds of mob spawning. So let's do that. I'm going to run around for a little bit, use my method, use my F3 screen method to find a few more fortresses, and if we find a soul sand fortress, I'm going to come right back and show you guys where we're going to build. And it looks like we're in a soul sand valley, and I think we're getting close, so I'm super... Oh, yes, I can see it. And it is very much a soul sand valley fortress. Guys, this is going to be... Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. You're ruining this. You're ruining this. You're ruining this moment. Okay, yes, this is going to be our new wither skeleton farm. Look at this, guys. There's a ghast over there I'm going to avoid. Wow, this is perfect. Wow, this is absolutely perfect, guys. I cannot believe we got this lucky. This is not only is this in a soul sand valley, it's completely over a lava pool. So this is going to be very, very easy to spawn proof. I'm going to watch out for this. Oh, geez. We're going to watch out for gas, too, because this is a very dangerous spot to be. But this is going to be a new wither skeleton farm, guys. It's going to be a lot of preparation work, but I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun. And this is going to be our next big project. And you know what, guys? I think that is going to do it for today. Yes, we got an amazing amount done today. I cannot believe we found this perfect fortress for our wither skeleton farm. It's going to be amazing, guys. I'm going to get started on that grind right after this. I'm going to come back real soon with an update. Hope you guys like that. Come by Twitch, say hi, give me a follow, introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you. Stay well, stay safe. I love you tons. Peace. Okay, bye-bye.